And good evening and welcome to another edition of the post-game show. You know, like they say, the Ohio State University. Well, it's the post-game show. I'm Ralph Williams. My special guest by phone tonight is Smokin Jim Frazier. Smokin Jim, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Looking forward to it.
All right. Pitt loses 24-7 first half of the game. It was 10-7 at the half. And I thought I was going to have to do something I really didn't want to do, but I did it just for fun. And sometimes doing stuff, saying things for fun can actually backfire on you. But it didn't happen that way. I knew it was going to happen this way. That's probably why I said what I said. I said that if Pitt loses or if Pitt wins, I will do Tuesday's show in the studio naked, the Tuesday radio show. But it turns out that they lost as usual. So, but anyway, we're in the First Line Consultant Services Studios, 1-877-926-6982. Give First Line Consultant Services Studios a call today. Give them consulting services. Give them a call today. You need a website, low monthly prices as well. That number again, 1-877-926-6982. Typical, usual Pitt game, Smokin Jim. What were your thoughts on the game itself?
Well, I tell you what, man, you got to look at Pitt as a team with a lot of talent. For them to beat Louisville and for them to play an undefeated Florida State team as well as they did. The difference between the two programs is Norvell, the coach for Florida State, had a plan.
Yes.
I mean, they were a horrible football team, 3-10 his first 2 years before he got it turned around. But you can see he had a plan of the people he wanted to recruit and the type of offense and defense that he wanted to implement.
Right.
It has no plan. What is their plan?
Exactly.
Bring in a quarterback in the portal from Boston College to run the quarterback sneak for you, Jerkovic.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand what Narduzzi, his long-term plans are.
Well, I understand what you're saying there, Smokin Jim, and I get tired of it, and he'll probably say it again tonight on his post-game press conference. He'll say, we got to coach better, we got to play better, we got to do this better, we got to do that better. Undisciplined football once again, some penalties for targeting. Bartholomew said something to the official or yelled something derogatory, and he got a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty from the sideline. I don't know what he said. He did something to cause an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and it wasn't even in the game. I mean, he wasn't even on the field at the time. So that, to me, is an undisciplined football team. Okay, and that, to me, shows Pat Narduzzi, once again, and you're right, he has no plan. I mean, and I like Mike Norvell's plan. He went out to the transfer portal, Smokin Jim. 98% of his players came from the transfer portal. And he fixed this team up to where now they are at 9-0. And the next 3 games that they have are easy games. They play Northern Alabama. Come on, that's an easy win right there. If you can't beat Northern Alabama, you got a problem. Okay? All right? So, I mean, so there we are with that. And, I like to see what they call real football teams that really pound it to the guys, to the teams they're supposed to pound it to. Poor tackling once again. It's the same old stuff, Smokin Jim. Could not move the football in the offense. Caleb Junko shanking punts. Okay? I mean, so what if he's Bob Junko's grandson? See, here we go again, Smokin Jim. The Wildcat, they tried that with some trick plays. That one play with Jerkovic, like you said, the quarterback sneak, that worked. But, you can't have undisciplined football and you can't have pre-snap penalties. Zubovich, who plays on the offensive line, number 68, he had 2 in 1 series. Okay, you can't do stuff like that. You shoot yourself in the foot, you beat yourself. This has just been an undisciplined, and I don't want to hear no excuses from the national guys about how, this is a young team. Pat Narduzzi's in his 9th year, and look where we are. What has he done in the 9 years that he's been this coach, other than 6-5 here, 7-5 there, And one season we went to the championship with Kenny Pickett, and that was his senior year. Okay, so my question to you is, what do you think moving forward? What are we going to see out of Pat Narduzzi? Like you say, he has no plan, but what do you think he needs to do?
Well, again, me and you are on the same page. I was really hoping that Michigan State or somebody would take him
Take
off
him
our
away.
hands.
Yeah.
I mean, just the blown opportunities. Pitt has a chance with a 7-0 lead to go up 14-0, and they fumble the football at the 1-inch
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know that's a big swing in a
Yes.
game. You're up by 2 touchdowns. You can play it a lot differently. Pat Narduzzi will not recruit locally. I watched. I don't know if you watched any of the Rutgers game today.
I did not.
But
No,
I
I
mean,
was watching.
oh man,
I was watching the WWE today on Peacock.
yeah. You made the right choice. But I tell you what, man, Rutgers came into the game at 6-2. They played Ohio State toe to toe all the way up into the middle of the fourth quarter when Marvin Harrison Jr. took over a little bit. And the majority of their recruits are right there in New Jersey.
Right.
You know,
right.
Shiano knows. He had success before at Rutgers. I think he's the only coach in their history to ever had success there. He got them guys playing well again in the second tenure at Rutgers. And Pitt got all this talent in southwestern Pennsylvania. And Narduzzi don't have a relationship with the high school coaches around here or the players around here. Because if you have a relationship with the high school coaches, they'll convince their players to come to Pitt. You know,
right. And he doesn't have,
do.
and Smokin Jim, he doesn't have any coaches that can recruit here. Like, you know, like Penn State, I've said this many times. They have Bob Junk, or no, not Bob Junko. Geez, oh man, they have Bob Pelko and they have Terry Smith. Okay, that's why they are able to recruit here. It's pretty sad, and I'll say this again until I beat it like a dead horse. That Pete Gonzalez's kid went to Penn State. He was supposed to come to Pitt. He had a scholarship and everything, and Pistol Pete said, "No, go to Penn State. I don't like Pat Narduzzi." Okay. And I've heard some people say that he's a very arrogant kraut and he walks around like, you know, like his doo-doo doesn't stink and he's the best, he's the king of the camp. And that's not the case. And, you know, you can't have that kind of a relationship with high school coaches and stuff like that. And if you ever notice, he stands on the sideline, he's always writing on that little notebook. I mean, I've never seen a coach in my life write so much on a little notebook. I mean, I understand you're taking notes, but don't you have assistants to do that? You understand?
Right.
I mean, you know, he stands on the sideline there, and then in the post game, like I said before, all he does is go, "Well, we got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to do this better. We got to." Well, why isn't it being done better? That's the question. Okay, and the simple fact is, as you said, I don't think they have the talent. He only gets these 3-star recruits. All the 4 and 5 stars all go somewhere else. Okay.
Very good point.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think he got that kid from Penn Hills, that quarterback. I think that he's a 4-star recruit. I think he's about the only one in the area that I believe he has. I don't think he has anybody else. I mean, I'm not even sure. We're going to ask Ed Nicola that, Smokin Jim, because he's going to be on our show on the 14th. Ed Nicola, he's going to talk to us about the high school playoffs, and I'm going to ask him if there are any recruits from the local area going to Pitt. So, you know, we'll see what Ed tells us. He's a high school football guru. We're going to have him on November 14th, Tuesday nights, 5 to 6 p.m. till the end of the year. And January 2, we go 2 hours, Smokin Jim, and it's the year in sports review show. Oh my, are we going to have a kick butt cast or guest lineup there as well? So, you know, but anyway, and then this Tuesday, Smokin Jim and I, we have a basketball summit. I have Noah House coming on, and he's going to talk about Pitt football. And I want to hear his story about the were his words taken out of proportion when Pat Narduzzi said his athletes are garbage or trash. and in the last or the press conference a few weeks back or whatever, you know, and he threw his assistants under the bus. Is this the type of head coach that you need? But then Heather Light comes out and says this week, Smokin' Jim, oh, I support Pat Narduzzi. Of course you do, because you don't fire nobody. You fired the only person you fired was Tim White, who was the girls basketball coach. You fired him because you had no choice in the matter, because the girls team was going down the toilet like it's been since Agnes Bernardo was the coach. They haven't been relevant. Okay. So that's why I don't like Heather Lake. Oh, she's a nice lady. Oh, she does this. Oh, she does that. What bothers me is you got Pat Bostic, who's a color analyst, that sits there in the press box and watches every play that Pitt has and doesn't say to the administration, okay, let's go talk to Pat Narduzzi and find out why our team sucks. Okay. And he's an alum. Am I right? And I've come out and I've criticized the alum and the donors. Why aren't you wake up? Why isn't it? I saw the sky aerial view of the stadium. The whole upper bowl on the one side was empty, and the bleacher seats, the bleacher seats and the high fives, they were somewhat empty as well. This game should have been sold out. And I know on the Panther Chat Facebook page, I saw stuff for. Oh, I got 2 tickets to the Florida State game. People were starting to sell their tickets after that romp last week against Notre Dame. So, this is where we are. And Pitt has to win. If they want fans at the game, they have to win. And the national guys even said, oh, wow, it's only the end of the third quarter and already we're hitting the exit. Yeah, they're hitting the exit. Wouldn't you? I'd beat the traffic. I'd go home. I'd be gone. But anyway. Let's talk about some scores and some games coming up later on. Oh, by the way, Smokin' Jim, I wanted to announce to everyone, this show is brought to you by Amped Up Sports, Sideline Sports, Let's Talk Sports, Mancini Media, South Florida Tribune, ASP Sports, TGI Sports, and our new sponsor, CRSMmedia.com. And our show will be uploaded onto that website, on that media website. So there you are, Smokin' Jim.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm still working on Galaxy Sports as well. Tonight, Oregon State versus Colorado. What do you expect out of the Prime tonight?
Well, I always expect good things, because when you got a quarterback like his son, you're always capable of winning. The defense is not very good, and the running game has not been established. But I tell you what, it should be a great game. Should come down to the wire in the fourth quarter. I look for an explosive game from both teams, and I'm going to give the edge to Colorado.
All right, we're in the First Lane Consultant Services studio, 1-877-926-6982. Give them a call today for your website needs. You need a website. Do you want a website? Well, maybe I might want one. Well, give them a call, 1-877-926-6982. The folks at First Line Consulting Services will set you up with a website. They'll upload all your videos. They will manage at one low monthly price. You won't have to take out a loan in order to have them manage your website. So do that today, 1-877-926-6982, First Line Consulting Services. All right, BYU versus West Virginia, 7:30 p.m. tonight. Smokin' Jim, the return of Keaton Slovis. What do you think of this game?
Well, I tell you what, man, BYU, they can get after it a little bit this year. It's hard to beat West Virginia at West Virginia, so I'm going to go with the Mountaineers.
Yeah, so am I. I'm not a Keaton Slovis fan after the way he ditched Pitt after last year. But then again, too, Jerry DePaula told me this, and that is that Keaton Slovis, when he came here, he was promised Mark Whipple, and he got Frank Signetti. Okay? So, when Narduzzi recruited him, or, in the transfer portal, he said, I'll have Mark Whipple here. Well, Mark Whipple decided to take a hike right before the bowl game and the championship game or whatnot. And, he decided to take a hike. So, therefore, it ended up being Frank Signetti, and he didn't like his boring offense. And here we are. Now, he's not doing too bad at BYU. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is with these USC quarterbacks, Smoking Jim. They seem some of these transfer portal quarterbacks with Pat Narduzzi seem not to work very well. Few other scores.
That's true.
Few other scores. Ole Miss 38. Lane Kiffin's team beat Jimbo Fisher's team at Texas A&M. Jimbo Fisher's walking on eggshells, Smoking Jim. He's not doing too good down there. I think he may even get fired at the end of the year. We're going to find out. Army 23, Air Force 3 in the Battle of the Military Academies. That wasn't a bad game. Tonight, Miami versus NC State, and one of my favorite cities, Raleigh, North Carolina. That ought to be an interesting game. And that starts at 8 p.m. And then earlier today, we had Georgia Tech 45, Virginia 14. Clemson beat Notre Dame 31-23. Crybaby Dabo Sweeney. Crying the blues. They don't want me here. But anyway, ended up winning 31-23 over Notre Dame. So Clemson did something Pitt couldn't do and beat Notre Dame. So there you are right there for that. Do you have any thoughts tonight about anything related to college football or the Pitt game here, Smoking Jim?
Well, I tell you what, I'm not a fan of the Notre Dame's coach. So anytime Notre Dame loses under the the tutelage of this head coach that they have, I'm always happy. Clemson was down for a while because the coach Dabo Sweeney refused to go into the transfer portal.
Yeah.
all his guys or people that he recruited, he didn't believe in that transfer portal.
Right.
And I think to win today, you got to take advantage of all the opportunities, and the transfer portal is probably his biggest opportunity. So he better jump in there.
Yeah, he better do something. And then the loss of Tony Elliott, is offensive coordinator who went to go coach at Virginia to be the head coach there.
Hey, Ralph, the thing that surprised me the most today is just how well Missouri played. I mean, they played well enough to knock off the number one team in the country, the two-time defending champs, Georgia. That was a heck of a football game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was a game that you would have never thought would happen. Everybody always picks Georgia, of course, because Georgia always wins. But turns out today they dropped the ball, as they say in football. So I mean, they dropped the ball.
And Miami got to be careful because Florida State probably didn't play their best ball in the first half because the players was looking forward to next week playing Miami. They played against each other in high school and youth football. They know each other, and that's like the battle of the state of Florida. And Miami plays NC State tonight, and they better not be looking forward past them to Florida State, or they can get beat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, final scores: Ohio State 35, Rutgers 16. We have Texas 33. I told Leo Haggerty this morning on Telling It Like It Is. I love Steve Sarkisian. He's a great coach, a good offensive mind. He has Texas 33, Kansas State 30. Only problem was that game went into overtime. That's the only issue with that game. We talked about the Ole Miss score. Tennessee 59. Jim Mora Jr.'s Connecticut Huskies 3. You know what I was going to say? If Connecticut beats Tennessee, I'll do the show naked. Oh man, I'm a funny man, as they say. Utah 55, Arizona State 3. Let's see here. Louisville 34, Virginia Tech 3. James Madison, they're on a roll. 42, Georgia State 14. Tulane 13, East Carolina 10. I expected a better score than that. How about Penn State here? 51, Maryland 15. And guess who I got to see catch some passes last night?
Who?
Dino Tomlin.
Wow.
For Boston College.
Serious?
I finally got to see him catch some. He caught 2 passes, at least what I saw.
Any touchdowns?
No, I didn't see any. I didn't watch too much of that game last night. It was Boston College and Syracuse. So Boston College is 7-3, or 6-3, Smoking Jim. They're bowl eligible.
Yeah, they got a little quarterback that's really exciting, man. he's not quite Doug Flutie, but he got his size and he runs like Doug. But he got to work on his arm a little bit. But
Well,
he's excited.
Missouri lost that game 30-21 to Georgia, but they gave him a game. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oklahoma State, here's an upset, 27, Oklahoma 24. Wow. What an upset that is. All right.
Oklahoma State started the season 0-2, and I think they haven't lost since. So Gundy got his boys playing good football right now.
Yes, he does. Because the last
I think the leading rusher in college football is the running back for Oklahoma State.
Okay, Oregon, third quarter, Oregon 35, California 19. Let's see here. There's a few games just started here. Kansas 7, Iowa State nothing in the first half. Iowa State's not doing too good. I like or Pat Campbell there, whatever his name is there, Mike Campbell. He's a pretty good coach. He brought the Iowa State program back after Paul Rhodes ran it into the ground. Let's see here. Former PITT assistant, Paul Rhodes. Yeah, he was the head coach here. Michigan 7, Purdue nothing first quarter. Alabama and LSU scoreless first quarter. They just started. And then later on, Colorado, Oregon State, and UCLA at Arizona. Let me tell you this. Leo Haggerty told me this morning on our Tone Like It Is show, Smokin' Jim, be careful with Arizona. They're up and coming. They lost a couple of heartbreakers this year, but they're up and coming and might beat UCLA. Chip Kelly, he's one of those kind of guys that's I'm going to do my Mike Tomlin imitate kind of guys, that is coming up on this thing here as well. All right. Any final thoughts, Smokin' Jim, before we wrap it up here? I have some bills to pay here with some of these sponsors, and so.
Well, I really go against Leo Haggerty because he's such an expert in his field. But Arizona ain't beat UCLA, not this late this season. UCLA is focused, man.
Yeah. Okay, Arizona's 5-3. If they win today, they're bowl eligible. So if they win, even if they lose today, they still have at least a couple more games. They can become bowl eligible. But UCLA is 6-2, and they're 20th ranked in the country. So, we'll see.
Here's one for you. Ralph.
Go ahead.
Difference between Cheerios and PITT.
Let me think. They both have no flavor.
There you go. Cheerios belong in a bowl. PITT doesn't.
Oh, I like that one. That was a good one. I like that. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was a good one. I like that one. Hey, you know what? This kid was in divorce court, right? And he says to the judge, the judge says, son, I can't make up my mind who I want you to live with, your mommy or your daddy. And the kid says, Your Honor, I don't want to live with either one of them. They both beat me. Judge says, well, who do you want to live with? He said, the Pitt Panther football team. You don't beat anybody.
So true.
Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Smokin' Jim, thanks for being part of the program. I'm going to pay some bills here, and then I'm going to wrap it up here on the post game. Thanks for being part of the show. And we'll be back next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. The Steelers are playing, I think they play Cleveland, I believe, Smokin' Jim.
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, they play Green Bay. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? We're 2 hours this Tuesday. Maybe I'll reach out and see if I can get somebody from Green Bay to come on and talk about that.
Sounds good, bro.
Yeah, because we're 2 hours this week, so I could squeeze a third guest in. So, yeah, we're 4 to 6 this week, folks. So those of you who listen and watch Sports Corner will be live on Facebook, YouTube, special 2-hour special this week, basketball summit as well. We have Noah Howes coming on from Pitt, talk about football and basketball, which is getting started. Duquesne, Tad Morey is coming on to talk about the football and the basketball team. And I have Jim Elias coming on from Robert Morris to talk about the basketball team. We're working on getting somebody from the football team to come on. Then we can get all three of them the same way. I'm going to work on somebody from Green Bay to come on and talk about the Packers. So there we are. We do play the Packers at home this coming Sunday. Let me see here. Yeah, this coming Sunday we do. And then the following week we play the Browns at Cleveland and Cincinnati at Cincinnati. That ought to be interesting. Wow. So, but that's okay because we got AJ Curtis coming on next week on the 14th to talk about Cleveland and Cincinnati. So there you are. And then on the third, there, Smoking Jim for the Cardinals game, the 28th, the November 28th show, we have Cornelius Brad Hanna coming on from ASAP Sports. He covers the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to tell us about what the Cardinals are up to. And then the following week on the December 5 show, we have Steve Bellisari. He covers the New England Patriots. He's a good friend of mine. He'll probably have me on his New England Patriots show. So I'll let everyone know when I'm on for that because he did that for me 2 years ago. I was in Sugar Creek, Ohio, Smoking Jim, and I was in my car, in my vehicle, and I had my tablet with me, and we were able to get it hooked up and get rolling there. All the Amish are looking at me like, "What are you doing?" That's Amish community over there. It's nice there, Smoking Jim. You ought to check it out, Sugar Creek, Ohio, man. Oh, everything's handmade. I had a belt that was made right there on site that I bought.
Wow.
And
Wow.
not made somewhere, somewhere else. I'm not going to mention the name of the country, but you know what I'm saying. And everything's made homemade there. Their food is homemade. And I didn't have to hear the F-bomb. It's like the Bible Belt there. It's very nice. Very, very nice. And I ran into some people from Pittsburgh. They said they moved there nice and quiet. They don't have to hear the F-bomb. And it's really nice. They like it there. And they drive the 2 hours or hour and a half. It depends on how fast you drive to go to Pittsburgh to get their medical treatments. The one couple I met, the husband was in a wheelchair. He was quadriplegic. And we were talking a little bit. And he says, we drive into town, into Pittsburgh for my treatments and my doctor's appointments. And we don't mind doing it. And we love it out here. I said, well, that's great. Cost of living's low. You don't have to pay, $2,000 a month for an apartment, so, and they said the house that they have is nice. So that's good. I mean, it's a great place to be out there. And it's one of one in Rhonda and I's second cities now. So, so Steve Baldessari will be on the radio show as well. And I got a whole bunch of guests lined up all the way to the end of the year, practically Smoking Jim. So if you want to hear the radio show, everyone, or watch it, you can listen to it on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, Beaver County Radio. We're live on their YouTube channel and their Facebook page. And we're also live on their website. And you can download the Beaver County Radio app into your phone. And also, don't forget www.rwmedia.org. And if you're interested, call 412-545-4317 and we'll get you some button advertising on the website. Just put a little business card up there, a low price for 1 year, and we'll put your business card right up on the website there and for some great advertising. So there you are with that. All right, anything else to add, Smoking Jim?
No, you are the booking machine, brother.
I like that. That is cool. That is cool. So, and don't forget, next year we go 2 hours, 4 to 6, man. We are pumping it up, man. All right, Smoking Jim, we are pumping it up. So, all right, for Smoking Jim, thanks for being part of the program. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Thank you. All right, that was Smoking Jim Frazier. And you ought to call Marta. Call Marta Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500. Marta Heating and Air Conditioning. They have geothermal furnaces, radiant floor, humidifiers, service contracts, heat pumps, air conditioners, snow melt, air cleaners, UV lighting. You ought to call Marta today. Call Marta Heating and Air Conditioning. That number again, 724-2010-500. Ask for Bill. You ought to call Marta. I want to talk to you today a little bit about DJ Fun. DJ Fun is a party and special event DJ. 412-545-4317. 15 years of experience in doing parties and special events. Give him a call. Book today, and he will give you. If you book today for a 2024 event, he will give you the 2023 rate. Okay, so if you book before the end of the year, that is exactly what he'll give you. Call this number today, 412-545-4317, because if you don't delay, call today. All right, I want to talk to you today about Bon Journey, which is a Bon Jovi and Journey cover band. They will be November the 11th, which happens to be next Saturday. They will be at the Mercury Lounge in Lakewood, Ohio. All right, and then November 18th, they will be at the 31 Bar in Bridgeville. So head on out there to those two places. Check out Bon Journey. They are the Bon Jovi and Journey tribute band. They play across Western Pennsylvania. P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Look, have you ever gone to get your car detailed and it's not done right? Well, how about going to the specialist at P6 Auto Detailing? That's P6 Auto Detailing. And I got to tell you, they are some of the best people at doing your car and detailing your car is P6 Auto Detailing. So check them out today. And that number is 412-965-6578. They're out in New Kensington there. They will take very, very good care of you. That number again, 412-965-6578, P6 Auto Detailing. All right, next, I want to talk to you today about Draft 412. Draft 412 is a draft magazine that is online. You can get it at draft412.com, or you can pay $9 a month and get it in your inbox. Okay? They will send you an e-magazine in your inbox. I have it. And what they do is they send it to me. I pay $9 a month. They send it to me in my inbox, on my email. And I get the skinny on all the players in the draft or whatever's going on, Major League Baseball, NBA, college football, anything that's connected with a draft or anything that's connected with current athletes. Draft 412 is on top of it. They also have some good podcasts, some great authors, Dave Finoli, Chris Fletcher, Joe Kuglis, JT Toth. Also, you have Emmett Mahan. Some of my friends there at Draft 412, they've been on the radio show. Great people there. Draft412.com. I want to talk to you today about Sleep Pittsburgh. How about that, huh? You need to sleep? Are you having problems getting sleep? Do you need to get something to sleep? Well, guess what? Sleep Pittsburgh has a mattress for you. They also have lift chairs if you need a lift recliner, if you're handicapped like myself. Okay, you need a lift recliner, or let's say you want a futon, which you can turn from a couch into a bed. Okay, or you need a set of bunk beds, or you need a day bed. The Sleep Pittsburgh's the place to go. I called them up. I said I needed a mattress. They sold me a memory foam mattress, and I didn't have to take out a loan. Give them a call today, 412-462-7858. That's 412-462-7858. Sleep Pittsburgh also has a website, sleeppittsburgh.com. Check that out as well. And no credit check financing. Sleep Pittsburgh for the best sleep tonight. All right. Fold and travel mobility. Are you handicapped, disabled, use a wheelchair like I do? You're feeling down? Because you need a wheelchair that folds. You want to put it in your car. You want to put it in your Jeep. You want to put it somewhere and fold it up in your apartment or in your house. And you don't want it bulking around or anything else. Well, I have the solution for you to make you happy so you're not down. Fold and travel mobility. Call them today, 1-877-GOT-FOLD. That's 1-877-GOT-FOLD. Got Fold. And also, don't forget the Fold and Travel Mobility has a website, foldandtravelmobility.com. Get on their website. Check out their selection. They have the best selection of folding power wheelchairs. And I got to tell you, Fold and Travel Mobility will have the right one for you, the right model. Give them a call, 1-877-GOT-FOLD. Talk to one of the specialists on the phone and get on their website and chat with one of them at foldandtravelmobility.com. Don't be sad, be happy. Fold and Travel Mobility. All right. All right, I want to talk to you today about Hillcrest Farm in Richmond, Ohio. Hillcrest Farm is a hay grain beef. You know, they have all kinds of different plans here. They have a package deal, a variety box for $195, 4 pounds of burgers, 10 pounds of ground beef, 2 packs of filet mignon, 2 roasts, 10 steaks. They have a roast box for $200. You get 7 roasts. That means you can have 7 great family meals, 7 roasts. Okay. So there we are with that. And we have Tom. It's nice to see local broadcasting deal between RMU and Sportsnet. Yes, Tom. Very good. Thank you for watching, Tom. Yes, I am very happy to see that as well. I would like to see RMU Sports. They're also lining up Duquesne Sports, and it's great that they're doing that for the local colleges. But ground beef box, 20 pounds, $95. Hillcrest Farms, Richmond, Ohio, 45 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh, right up the hill from Steubenville, Ohio. Call them today at 740-346-5442 or 740-632-2894. Hillcrest Farms, Ohio at gmail.com is their email address. If you have any questions, you might want to get some directions if you need to get out there, because they're going to, if you email them or call them, they'll give you specific directions to put in the GPS so you do not get lost, because there's another Hillcrest Farms, but it's not in Richmond, Ohio. Okay, so you got to be very careful. All right, so check out their website, www.hillcrestfarmsohio.com. They are shipping. So get online, check out all of their what they have. Great package deals, great hay, great beef. I have bought the ground beef box a couple times already. $95, 20 pounds of ground beef. You can't beat it. Hillcrest Farms, Richmond, Ohio. All right, it says, Tom said it is great to see that for sure. I need to do some networking locally here with other programs. All right, Tom. Yes, you do. Great. Thank you for watching as well. And I want to thank everyone else for watching out there. This has been the post-game show. We did a special PITT post-game today. We're doing a Steeler one next Sunday. It'll be myself. I'm going to see what Steve Spates is up to, Bubba Brewer. And we're going to be playing the Green Bay Packers. Don't forget this Tuesday, Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams. And I'm working on getting a guest on from the Green Bay Packers. We're special 2 hours, 4 to 6, 99.3 FM, 1230 AM, live on Beaver County Radio's Facebook page, YouTube channel, website, app, and also live on www.rwmedia.org. Have a great night. Thank you.